Unified dynamics.
Hi, welcome to Unified Dynamics. My name is Ben Mays. I am the theory architect for UD, and in this episode, we are going to be taking you through a primer and introduction to deriving a universe from discrete geometry. So let's get right into it. General relativity and quantum mechanics share a fatal, unproven assumption that spacetime is a smooth, continuous fabric. At the fundamental scale, both theories completely collapse. The unified dynamics framework resolves this by demoting the spacetime continuum to a macroscopic statistical illusion. Reality rests on a background-independent network built entirely from discrete K4 simplices, interlocking tetrahedra that provide a rigid geometric substrate for every physical event. This network is governed by the parameter exclusion rule, which demands that the framework function with zero free parameters. Instead of fine-tuning constants to match observations, every physical ratio emerges directly from the combinatorial invariance of the K4 graph, such as the overlap deficit of precisely 7. Modeling the universe from the network level outward removes the need for hypothetical particles or external forces. The greatest mysteries in physics manifest as mandatory outputs of this discrete geometry. The Millennium Prize Yang-Mills mass gap problem arises from the core limitations of continuous quantum field theory. In the continuum, wavelengths can theoretically shrink forever, producing massless gauge modes and mathematical infinities that plague standard physics. The K4 tetrahedron serves as a geometric floor. When we calculate the Hodge-Laplacian for this specific structure, the discrete math reveals a hard physical limit. The smallest non-zero eigenvalue of the K4 Hodge-Laplacian is strictly locked at 4. This numerical floor makes infinitely small wave vibrations physically impossible. The geometry simply does not provide a path for waves with energies lower than this discrete limit. This restriction on gauge modes creates a physical string tension on the substrate. This tension generates an area law Wilson loop that tethers quarks together, ensuring they remain confined rather than propagating as free particles. This string tension is derived natively from the network's geometry, providing a rigorous explanation for confinement without arbitrary tuning. The mass gap represents the unavoidable mathematical lower limit of discrete tetrahedral geometry. This discrete approach also eliminates the infinite singularities predicted by general relativity. Einstein's equations allow matter to collapse into a dimensionless point only because continuous mathematics permits distance to be infinitely divided by zero. In a discrete network, mass manifests as burden density, a localized strain on the tetrahedra. As this strain increases, nodes warp, eventually physically locking in place. This collapse is halted by the vertex information capacity limit. Every local network node hits a processing ceiling at exactly 77768. Once this capacity saturates, the physical lattice cannot process any further compression. The processing debt is full, and the structure becomes incompressible. This finite capacity ensures that information is strictly conserved as it crosses the event horizon, resolving the famous black hole information paradox. The physical network runs out of computational capacity long before distance reaches zero, making singularities an impossibility. If space is a discrete network rather than a bending sheet, we must explain why we experience gravitational attraction. The S3 cubic coarse-graining cell bridges microscopic network behavior with macroscopic physics. Within this cell, all packet movement is governed by 18 transport channels, 6 axial and 12 shear directions. Massive objects create topological defects, causing severe local strain on the vertices within these cells. Packets crossing the network encounter a detour tax. They must take longer, highly constrained routes to navigate around these strained nodes. Summing these detour paths through the 18 channels reveals a precise mathematical result. The tensor sum cancels out every off-diagonal shear component. This cancellation natively recovers the Kronecker coframe. The thermodynamic relaxation of this network reproduces the exact field equations used in Einstein's general relativity. Gravity emerges as the macroscopic symptom of network congestion and transport delay. This network logic also addresses the missing mass of the universe. Current models fix empirical errors by manually inserting hypothetical particles like WIMPs. The unified dynamics explanation traces back to the Z2 framing phase transition in the early universe. During this intense period of primordial cooling, shifted from chaotic noise into rigidly ordered geometric domains. This phase transition maximized the network's configuration entropy, driving barriogenesis and CP violation as inherent features of the cooling process. As these ordered domains expanded, isolated clusters of tetrahedral closures were inevitably trapped between them. For these clusters to stabilize, they had to satisfy a neutrality condition: 2 positive spins and 2 negative spins, yielding a net charge of 0. Because their net charge is 0, these structures possess no weak isospin or hypercharge. These gauge singlets interact with the rest of the universe exclusively through the gravitational burden they impose on network transport. By multiplying the 83 kiloelectron-volt seat scale by the neutral threshold of 43/7, the network produces a relic mass of 2.046 MeV. Applying the 719-second master scalar to the total volume then walks the dark matter abundance at 18.9%. Dark matter manifests as a mandatory, mathematically stable topological relic of the network's primordial cooling. Observing the microscopic rules at a cosmic scale reveals the full cosmological web. The universe is not an empty, smooth stage where isolated particles interact according to invisible forces. Every scale follows a single axiom. The field is the zero, the dynamics is the recursion, the physics is the fixed point. Gravity, the standard model, and dark matter are the inevitable, emergent properties of a single geometric network. This mathematical derivation is verified, and the structural telemetry is actively tracked. You can explore the proofs and interactive models at udphysics.com and facebook.com/unified dynamics. The continuum served as a useful mathematical illusion for a century, but the underlying structure of reality is discrete.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and keep questioning reality.